Throughout this video, I'm going to be giving you many pro tips as well as some tricks in order to get the merchandise that you want from the Super Live. So make sure to stick around to the end, especially if you are interested in grabbing this stuff while it's still available at these musicals. This is a huge bag of Sailor Moon merchandise from Sailor Moon the Super Live musical. I went to the musical in Seattle this year and I was very excited about it. Me and my friends arrived super early in order to get in line so that we could grab all the merch that we wanted to. Now, in our case, when we went to Seattle, not everything was in stock, and I will recommend subscribing to my channel so you can see my full Sailor Moon Super Live review. I'm going to go over everything, our experience, talking about the show itself, as well as the journey in terms of being able to get there, getting VIP, and watching the show in general. But today I'm going to show you the merchandise that I brought home. So in terms of the show that I went to, they did not have everything in stock. In fact, they didn't have any of the bromide, the character cards in stock whatsoever. They didn't have any of them there. They had none for anybody. So that was kind of unfortunate because I really wanted to get the character cards, but they did have everything else, and I was actually able to get the very last regular poster, the very last one before they sold them all. I was standing at the table with my friend and she bought a poster, and the lady who was helping us check out, who was amazing, thank you so much to the lady that helped us in Seattle with our sizing questions and just trying to get all the merchandise together. And thank you for having so much patience while we were doing that transaction, multiple transactions. I saw her turn around and she asked one of her coworkers, "Can you grab me one of the posters?" The coworker said, "All right, there's 2 left." So my friend got one and then I got the other one. So I was very grateful that I just happened to be standing there because I was like, I need that. Can I please take that home? Thank you so much. So they did sell out right after I got my poster at the Seattle show the first night, which was unfortunate for everybody else who was trying to get one, but hopefully everybody's able to get one somehow. So I'm going to show you the clothing, the accessories, and I will also give you sizing information. I've been collecting sizing info from tons of other Sailor Moonies online so you can get a good idea of what these sizes actually are, because they're a little finicky sometimes, especially when you go to concerts. It's always hard to tell what size the items are actually going to be. Most of these items are really hard to find, third party, really hard to find, and they are very limited at these musicals. So if you do go, just make sure to grab everything that you can. I would recommend lining up super early so that you can grab all the merchandise that you want, because even though I think we were lined up before doors opened, about an hour before the doors actually opened, and we were still like maybe 40 people deep in the merch line, and they still sold out of one of the posters right after I went up there. So I would recommend going there pretty early in order to get in line. But here we have the first item. This is the merchandise tote bag, which if you are buying a bunch of merch, just get the tote bag. It'll make life a lot easier for you. Or if you don't want to buy one of the tote bags, bring your own, because they did not hand out bags in terms of what I saw there. I think everybody was carrying around one of these. But make sure you hold on to it too during the concert, because they all look the same and everybody's going to have one. So make sure that you have yours and you don't walk off with somebody else's. That's important too. But this is a canvas bag. It's really beautiful. I think the print is really cool, but I did notice, thanks to my friend Sailor Selkie, she noticed that the printing was a little bit off here. So it looks like they did a couple of passes for this print on the front, and right here it started getting a little bit off. So almost the O right here, the U and the R, you can see like a double print line there. And I'm wondering if everybody has that problem with their tote bags too, or if this is just the line that we got. And the Venus is also a little bit off too. So a couple of little flaws there, but overall it's a really pretty canvas bag, and it's quite big too. Now, apparently not every show had these available. I guess they sold out at one of the shows, but hopefully they restock. This is a really cute button that features the 5 Sailor Guardians from the Super Live, so all of the actresses that are in the show, and it's a nice button. It's really cute. Great can badge. That's what they're called in Japan, can badges. and I think it looks very nice and high quality. The print looks really good, so definitely something I can see myself putting on my purse. This is going to be one of your rarest items to find at these musicals. Apparently, they are not in stock at many shows. So I saw these in stock in Seattle, and I got one. I got one for myself and then a couple for my friends. And they are really pretty. This is a hard enamel pin. I think they could have done a better job in terms of printing, like in between the line work here. There is a bit of overfill, so there is that. And I'm picky about pins because I buy those beautiful third-party ones. So I definitely notice little flaws like that. And the glitter is kind of inset into this blue color, so it almost looks like a galaxy back there, which I do think is very, very pretty. You can certainly tell that this is like a mass-produced enamel pin. It's not going to be super high quality, but it's also one of the only pins that they were selling there, and this is the only hard enamel pin that they had. So I wanted to get my hands on it, of course, as a pin collector. So it's cute, I like the glitter, but I think they could have invested a little bit more money into making these because this is definitely like a mass-produced thing. Okay, moving on, I have the hoodie and both of the shirts. I almost just bought one of the shirts and then I saw them both and I was like, those are really soft. They look very nice, so I ended up purchasing both of them. I might have sized up a little too big in the shirts and sized down a little bit too much in the hoodie. They fit, but the hoodie is a little bit snug on me. I got a size medium, and I feel like the shirts are a little bit too big on me, and I have washed them, so they did shrink a little bit already, but they still feel a little bit big. So I might try to see if I can find a size down in the shirts and a size up in the hoodie so I can have options. So here's the hoodie. I actually really like the hoodie. It's got a pocket on the front, like a kangaroo pocket for your hands. It's a very warm hoodie. It's got that nice, soft, almost like a fleece lining on the interior, which feels really, really nice. I love that. So it's nice and thick. Very much appreciate that it's not like a cheap one layer thin hoodie that you can sometimes get at these concerts, because it's something that I can actually wear here in Colorado when it gets super cold. You've got your basic drawstring here, and there's nothing at the end of them, just a little knot. That's it. So there you go. That's it. Now the hoodie itself, it has Sailor Moon Super Live printed on the interior. In case you're planning to purchase one of these third party, that's the way that you can tell if it's legitimate or not. It says medium, 80% cotton, 20% polyester, made in Pakistan. This is made by a company called the Araka Group, and I have to say I'm pretty happy with the quality. I think they did a really good job with these. Here you can kind of see the fabric on the inside. It's definitely very, very soft. In terms of the imagery on the front, we have this really lovely print silhouette of each of the Sailor Guardians from the show. So those are the actresses again. The updated logo for the Super Live North American tour. Nothing on the back. I do think that would have been cool if the concert dates were on the back. That would have been really cool. And the sleeve has the planetary symbols on it. The printing quality looks great. I have washed this and it came out really, really nice. So overall, I'm very, very happy with the hoodie. Okay, here we have shirt number 1. This I also purchased in a medium. You can tell that it has already shrunk a little bit, which is a good thing because I feel like the medium was a little too big for me. This is 100% cotton, and it does say machine wash inside out, made in Mexico, not Pakistan for this one. And this is also the Araka Group. So these are pretty long shirts. A lot of people were commenting on how long these shirts appear to be, and they are definitely unisex shirts. And I do feel like they did a good job in the printing. So the front of this one is exactly the same as the tote bag. Looks very nice here. And there is nothing on the back. But since it is that really nice 100% cotton, this falls really well on my body. It's not stiff. I love that. And it's a nice thick material too. It's not super thin. Then we have this shirt, which is the silhouette shirt. This one I feel like is my favorite piece of clothing. I think it's beautiful. Online, it looked more black from the promo photos, but this is actually more of a dark navy color. So it is a blue color, not black. The back of this one has the original concert dates all listed. So it definitely feels more like a concert or a musical tour t-shirt as opposed to the other one, which is just the logo. I love that they continue these planetary signs on each of the designs. I think that kind of ties everything in together. And all the cities are listed there, no dates. So where's the one I went to? Right there. Oh, so cool. I love that. And here's what the front of it looks like. We have the Super Live logo, and then we have the same silhouette printing on the front. Very, very pretty shirt. And I actually got quite a few compliments on this when I wore it the day after the show. So I was really excited about being able to wear this out. A lot of people recognize this in the city of Seattle, and a lot of people asked me if I was going to the show that night too, because there was a second night of the show. So it was kind of cool. I was able to give them some like free advertisement while I was walking around in Seattle. This one is a medium, 100% cotton again. Okay, here we have the light stick. So the light stick is the only item that was limited while we were there for the Seattle show. It was one per person, and they did sell out. When they sold out, they also started offering a whole bunch of just basic non-branded light sticks in case people wanted to buy those. I would recommend skipping the non-branded light sticks and just, I don't know, holding up your cell phone or something instead when you get to bounce the light sticks in the air, because you can find the unbranded basic light sticks on Amazon for a couple of bucks, and they were selling them for a lot more than a couple of bucks. However, the branded ones are really, really cute. These are different from the original ones that came out in 2018, 2019-ish, when the original Super Live was in America. I went to the Washington show back then, and I do have my light stick for that one, so I'll show you a comparison. Basically, the only big difference is you will see a printing on the old light stick compared to this one. I'll put it over here. So this is the new light stick, and that gold at the end is just plain, there's nothing on it. The old light stick has printing on it, really beautiful art at the very top of it. So that's the big difference. You can replace the batteries in here. I recommend taking them out after the concert so that you can keep this on display and not worry about it. Also changed from the original one from 2018-19-ish is this logo right here. Is that right side up? Yes, it is. So on the new one, you have the 2025 copyright information. On the old one, the logo is different. So that is going to be a change. But let's go ahead and light it up. I'll show you how it works. So once you take out the tab so you can actually use this, you press the button once and it turns it on, and it's just a clear color. Here you can really see the silhouettes with the background color, and it goes all the way around. I really like this wrapped effect for the light stick. Then you press it one more time for pink, one more time for blue, red, green, and orange for Venus. Then you can go back and it's pink again. Each of those different colors signifies the different Sailor Guardians, of course. And when you are watching the show, you can raise this up for each of the different Sailor Guardians. I like the purple, that's my favorite. You can raise it up during each of the Sailor Guardians doing their own solos or whatever, and change the colors depending on like who's on stage and who's singing. I think that's a really fun way to interact with them. And then when you turn it off, you just hold it down and it turns off. So super easy to use. It did come with a lanyard if you wanted to use this lanyard. So we have a little tie at the end, and on the front we have the planetary symbols, the Super Live, and more planetary symbols. And on the back it says the Super Live. This is the back piece of paper that it was sold with. So of course, you know, I'm gonna keep this for my collection because it's cool. I'll show you the VIP merch last, but I did want to include the posters. Now, another tip with the posters, you can bring your own poster tube if you want to. My friend Sailor Selkie brought poster tubes for me, her, and our other friend Kayli on cosplay. Luckily, we had these because when they give you the posters, they just come in this plastic wrap, so they aren't protected in any way. You can easily squish these on your way home. So having a poster tube, way better, loads better. This poster tube that I have is a little bit short, but it worked. I just put a cup over it when I put it in my suitcase and took it home. So that way it was protected on the way home and there is no damage to the posters themselves. But I'll go ahead and show you the two posters I got. There are two. If you are VIP, you have access to a secondary poster. If you did not get a VIP ticket though, you do have access to a really beautiful poster as is as well. So I will show you these as best I can without damaging them. This is very hard to do. Okay, so here's the first poster. This is the VIP poster. Try not to bend it. But here we have an image of each of the Sailor Guardians who is in the show. All of these ladies are actually on Instagram, so I'll put their Instagrams down below so you can follow them and check out their journey as they go around the United States. It's really cute. I love seeing them on Instagram. They're adorable. And they're all really incredible actresses and wonderful singers. So I highly recommend following them, giving them a follow and supporting their work. But here are the ladies. I think this poster is really well done. I love the imagery. I love their stances and their costumes. I think they look beautiful. So if there's any reason why I would get VIP, it's for this poster. Like this poster and being able to sit super close to the stage, those were the biggest perks for me. So if we take a close-up of this poster, it's a really gorgeous one. It's very wide. It's a lot wider than the original ones from the DC show that I went to back pre-COVID days. And it's a lot more detailed. You see a lot more of the character design here in terms of their costumes, and you see their faces instead of just a silhouette. I also like the ground, how they have it lit up with all the different colors and that beautiful like galaxy backdrop that they're standing in front of. The whole thing is just very pretty. Okay, so that is the VIP poster. Then we have the regular poster. So again, both of these are really gorgeous posters. So if you didn't get VIP, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Okay, so here is the silhouette poster. And it's gorgeous too. It's so beautiful. I love the huge logo that we have at the bottom. And this is the exact same print that we have on the hoodie and the t-shirt and the magnet. So it's all over the place. This is like their big, fancy picture that you can see. Their stances in this image are very strong, very elegant as well, I think. And I love the backdrop with the lights, the LEDs. It just looks so, so cool. It's a very, very pretty design. If you can get your hands on this, if they don't sell out, I would definitely recommend trying to get one of these posters. Now my problem is, where am I going to hang these? Because I've kind of run out of wall space in my collection room. If I start taking over parts of the house, well, we might have problems. Now, who am I kidding? I don't think my husband will care. He doesn't care. As long as it's like nice and organized, he doesn't care. I think he kind of likes looking at it. He likes that I have something fun for myself. He just took over the garage with a 1969 Mustang, so if he has a problem with that, then well, he's got a car. Yeah, my husband's taking apart a 1969 Mustang. It's like not drivable right now because the engine is completely taken apart, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, tangent aside, this is the last item of merch that I got from the show. This is the VIP lanyard and ticket thing that you have to have around your neck in order to do the high five at the end of the show. So the lanyard for this one is different. We have a different design for this one. If you hear my stomach grumbling, it's because I'm hungry. But I do like the design, I think it's cute. And then here is the VIP ticket. So when you go in the theaters around the US for the show, you have to scan a barcode or they look at your ticket, depending on which theater you go to. They're all different, and you get one of these. Now it's two-sided, but both of these sides are exactly the same. Exactly the same. And there is no other additional VIP information on here. So the only thing you see on here is Sailor Moon The Super Live North American Tour with the silhouettes, VIP, and at the bottom is the copyright. That's it. I did see somebody say that there was like a photo policy printed on here. That's actually not true. Not true at all. So I just wanted to point that out in case anybody was wondering. Okay, so that is everything that I got from the Sailor Moon The Super Live North American Tour, which actually should be called the United States Tour because it didn't go all around North America. I know a lot of my Canadian friends kind of missed out because it didn't come to Canada, which stunk. I hope that they do another future musical where they do go to more countries. That would be really incredible for a lot of people. This one, in this case, a different cast went to the UK and then a new cast went to the United States. Okay, so if you have any questions, definitely let me know down below. I would love to answer your questions for you, and if you are going to the musical or if you have already gone, let me know about your experience. I would love to know what it was like for you. My experience at Seattle, well, I'll talk about it in a future video. It wasn't 10/10. The musical itself was 10/10. The actresses were 10/10. Everything about the actual show was 10/10. But the employees, the staff, the ushers, a lot of that experience was very mediocre. And I've heard very similar interactions from people who have talked to me via DM or who have commented throughout all the different social media channels. So it seems like that was kind of an ongoing trend with this musical, which is kind of disappointing, to tell you the truth. I think the merchandise was amazing, and in terms of Seattle, I think that the venue was absolutely gorgeous for this show. So definitely go see it. Grab this merchandise if you can. Again, use my tips from this video in order to make sure that you get the merchandise that you want. And until my review, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Matane!